Barcelona going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all. In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
There's the whistle. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
This man Rudiger's going to be a very stern test for any attacker to beat, Peter. He's amongst the smartest defenders around with his positioning, and he's got the pace and strength to deal with the quickest opponent. He's not going to fall for cheap tricks either. He's just not that type to dive into tackles.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Looking for options for movement. Didn't quite work for him. Cleared away. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Well, there's the clearance. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Great chance! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Goulet. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So, we're seeing some conservatism here.
That's tidy. Yamal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Threads one in. João Cancelo. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Yamal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Not the most accurate pass. Carreras. Here's Chouameni. Madrid disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, no joy this time. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's played it in low. Fermin. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that's well spotted.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
João Cancelo. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Brahim Diaz. De Jong tries to pass it through. He is just caressing the ball. Yamal. And he's cut it out. Oh, that's neat. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Mbappe aims beyond the defence. And that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So your views on the first half?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made it right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. So off we go again.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them...
And the shot! Superb goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
De Jong. Araujo. Nice-looking ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Chouameni. Goulet. Played into space. Koundé calmly anticipates. Chouameni. Goulet. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Alexander-Arnold.
Barcelona have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And he's in on goal! He's going for goal! That was mighty close. Camavinga.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Rafinha. Rafinha is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Pedri. Fermin. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Madrid can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Bellingham. Under an awful lot of pressure. Barcelona are leading here through the only goal of the game, scored early in the second half. And the score is 1-0. Yamal wants to run onto this. Tchouaméni, and they win it back again. Oh, that's a fine interception. Brahim Diaz. Lopez knocks it into space, and that is expertly dealt with. Araujo, and it's Pedri. Tries to play it through. He's having a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Tchouaméni. He's in a great position here. Now, can he find a finish? And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Madrid really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Gives it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Vermeer, looking for a runner. That pass has been well intercepted. That's good running with the ball. João Cancelo. And a chance! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And a neat finish. 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Pedri in acres of space out wide. No, he refuses to take the bait. Alexander-Arnold did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Vermeer. Pedri.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Looking to play him in. And he's there to belt it away. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Defending of the desperate variety. And that will be it. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Rafinha taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. The end of the game.